we stay fly, no lie, and you know this border. Hey, sweet queen. Come on in, y'all. I know I was late. I got to get that time. Hey, Dree. Hey, Terry. How y'all doing today? Hey, Penny J. Penny J. Thank you so much, love, for the purchasing on my wish list. Hey, Sharice. Hey, Miss Ashley Boo. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Hey, Doris. How you doing, love? Yeah, Miss Ashley, I've been trying to wean myself off of it. I take it as needed for me. And I was just looking up ways that I can deal with my ADHD without having to take that medication, because the medication, I'm not gonna lie, that medication keeps me up. Hey, open book. It'll keep me up. Like if I take one of my because the medicine I'm on the highest dosage. And if I take that one medicine, I will be up literally for 3 days. Even if I take my medicine to bring me down so I can go to sleep, it doesn't work for me. So I was trying to wean myself off of it. I know my doctor's not going to be happy, but I can see if he can give me a lower dose. If she can give me, rather, she can give me a lower dosage to see how it works with me. You're welcome, open book. No, my pleasure. I learn a lot with you. I think it's your laugh for real that gets me. Cause you be so tickled. And then the other medicine that they had me on, it was like it would keep me up, and you can see when I'm starting to, when it was coming down, you can really see the side effects. Like I was holding like 5 6 different conversations with the same people. Like people like Amber would have to get off the phone with me because I be talking so much. Yeah. Okay, Miss Ashley, I definitely will do that. So how's everyone doing today? Hey Vet, how are you, love? Yeah, it was just really an impromptu live today. I really wasn't going to go live because I'm really preparing myself for my interview, been doing my research on the company and everything. So I said, well, let me just go ahead and go live and give my people and stay consistent, because that's one of the things that we were definitely talking about, being consistent in stuff that I do. So, you know. Okay, you in Columbus. I'm doing great, Vet. All right, sweet queen. You enjoy the rest of your day, love. Trying to see how many people we can get in here. I'm trying to get up enough people in here so we can go ahead and talk about the ADHD. you know. Dree, what's going on? You off still? Hey, NXS. Okay, boo, we'll go ahead and have a. You drive, don't text. Drive, baby. No texting, and just listen. And when you get to your destination, then you go ahead and pop out. Dree, she said she messaged you back, hun. Girl, I got up this morning and started cleaning. I made my church and get up at 6 o'clock this morning, girl, and start taking trash out. Cause I'm like, wait a minute now. If I can start smelling trash over all my plugins, it's a problem. How old is he, Doris? Well, if he does have to get it, I would suggest, in my opinion, I did like consider for my oldest son, but they wasn't giving that out anymore at the time, and it worked very well with my kid. And when I put him on another medicine, I forgot what it was. When I put him on that other medicine, his mood swings was so crazy. Like I had to tell the doctor, like, nah, this ain't gonna work. Oh yeah, they're not gonna do anything for him just yet, Doris. They're gonna have to wait till he about 5 and in kindergarten. Hey, Rosanette. Oh, okay. So what is the stockings gonna do, Dree? Did they say? Okay, y'all. Let me see. All right, y'all. So I'm sitting here. I'm about to start doing my hair and start doing me a twist out for my interview tomorrow, whatever. Just went and got my stuff for me to wear to my interview because I didn't have any winter clothes, not business clothes anyway, for an interview. Because, I was working at the doctor's office, so that contained nothing but tennis shoes and a scrub. And my other job was casual, so well, no, yeah, it was actually I can wear jeans and everything. At my last time I was working at the bank, so I didn't really have anything, so I had to go out and get me some. Oh, compression stockings to help reduce the swelling. Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were talking about regular stockings. I was like, well, what the stockings gonna do? But okay, I get it. So yeah, today my topic of discussion is I hope Mother Love comes in because she had wanted to talk about excuse me, about ADHD. Thank you, Miss Ashley. About ADHD, and I didn't know what she wanted to talk about with it, but for me having ADHD, um, I see the different mood swings. I see, it brings out a lot of my depression and my anxiety as well. I do know that that's another reason why I want to lean off of the medicine to see if I'm able to control it. Hey, I'm chosen. But while I was actually looking at different things for myself, I thought it would be very helpful. Hey, Danny, it would be very helpful to some supporters that are dealing with ADHD themselves, or have a family member that is dealing with it. And a lot of times when we think about ADHD, we think about it being with a child. Thank you, Dree, for the super sticker. Hey, that one. We usually think about a child having it. And not only do children have it, but adults have it. I'm a living witness to know that adults have it. And the reason why the adults have it is because it was left untreated as a child. My mom had all the signs with me. However, back in the day, they didn't believe in those things, getting the medicine and everything. So Oh, Danny, you have it too? Uh, I knew it was a special kind of breed of people. But yeah, having it with our parents back in the day, they didn't believe in getting us medicine. Hey, Lolo, getting medicine or anything like that. So we try to they tried to compress it and everything and say, oh, they just need a butt whipping. They just need the butt whipping. But it wasn't really that we need a butt whipping. We just needed more um we needed to wind down. That's what I'll say. We needed to wind down because we were hyper. And not per se that I was really hyper. I do notice, I think about it, when I was in fourth grade, I was called the social butterfly because I like to socialize. Y'all know that's my thing. And I would be done with my work and I'd go bother the other kids that wasn't done with their work. That was a sign for them. But, you know, they just laughed it off, really didn't really pay it no attention, because as long as I did my schoolwork, it didn't even matter to them. Hey, Joanne. But I seen it in my kid. My oldest one is the first one I seen it in, y'all. When I tell y'all, I told y'all this story how he got into kindergarten and the second day of school, his desk was up there by the teacher and he was proud. When I went to the parent teacher conference, he was very much so proud. Um, And I was like, well, why are you up there with the teacher? And the teacher had told me. So, the teacher did give me, did write a little note for me so I can take it to the doctor for them to, finally get him a referral to a doctor that specializes in ADHD. And let me see, my son had it and got a check for it. He's smart enough to be a doctor. He speaks multiple languages fluently. With that being said, your diagnosis just means you learn different, and that's all. You're correct. I'm chosen. That's all it means. We just learn different at a different pace. That's what I took from it. Um, so I took, and that's the thing. My oldest son. All my kids are very intelligent, but my oldest one, it was like he's been here before, almost intelligent, like that kind of intelligent. Um, I'm not gonna say because he's seen a lot being around his dad. His dad is a street guy, but I took the time out to learn with him. His aunties on his dad's side, she took a lot of time out with him too. Like we would go buy them learning toys. I remember one Christmas, his daddy was like, he was like, you ain't about to be out here buying all them damn toys. You about to go get him some learning toys. And I looked at him like, who are you talking to? Like, you can buy the learning toys. But he wanted to buy the toys for him to play with. But it was my job to make sure he had his learning toys and went over all his stuff with him when it came to, learning stuff for school. So I get it. But he's very intelligent. But I noticed my child couldn't sit still. Every time I call his name, he running to me, he skipping to me, he do back flips, front flips, cartwheels, splits. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to come here to me. And I mean, like he's at the door and I'm sitting on the couch like that. Like, why are you that active? Climbing up on the wall, swinging from the fan and stuff, like, that's just the stuff that I noticed with him. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get him checked out because I think he needs it. And girl, we went to the appointment, y'all. We went to the appointment. The doctor, it was his assistant that was seeing him the first time to take notes and see if this is what the doctor basically, saying, something that medicine can control. He ran in the hallway. He skipped to him. He did everything. And he was like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Yeah, he needs it. I said, I know. And it helped him a lot because he was able to, because I noticed once he got that medicine in his system, my child was making A's and B's. Well, he made A's and B's anyway, but he would slack off once it was left untreated. He started slacking off. His attention wasn't where it was should have been. So once we got him on the medicine, he went back to making A's and B's, and it just basically they just needed to concentrate. And I get it because I needed to concentrate. When I'm at work and stuff, my mind will go a whole different, like, let me tell y'all something. I was working for a power company, and y'all, my concentration level was so off. But as soon as I got on my medicine, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, my grade of the calls were all 100s. It, like, I took my time listening to the customer. You know what I'm saying? I tried to sympathize with them. Like, when I didn't have that medicine in my system, baby, I didn't care what they was calling for. You gonna pay this bill today, or what, you gonna be off tomorrow. That just was my attitude with it. But I once I started taking my medicine, I slowed down. I listened to them, and I gave them better results, which helped with my score when I would have to have, because they would listen to our phone calls and pick whose phone calls to grade on, like through the whole company, like the big people. Hey, Miss B. And hold on one second, let me see. They want to flunk your son out of kindergarten. I'm like, hell no, I ain't holding him back because he can't write his ABCs. Don't do that. Because I remember I had a classmate who classmate who actually got held back in kindergarten because he couldn't do the normal activities as a child should do, like jump, skip, hop, run, like that, because he wasn't allowed outside. So yeah, they held him back for that. Let me see. Miss Vet said, Miss Alexis, my son has the same was the same. The teacher would always say, your son can't be still and always talking out in class. They wanted to put him on meds. I gave it to him a couple of times. And after that, I stopped. Mm-hmm. He's been good for years without the medicine. Yeah. Hey, Hazel Eyes, what medicine do they give for ADHD? They give you a couple of different medicines. I know Vyvanse is the number one pick right now, and Adderall. Um, but that Adderall wears off very, very fast. But Vyvanse lasts all day, especially if you get the capsules. It lasts all day. And by the time, and then the only thing, one of the side effects with it, I lost weight on my medicine. Me and my kid, we lost weight because we didn't have an appetite. Like, we'll eat in the morning to take the medicine, and after that, we would not have an appetite until late in the day. And by that time, we about sleepy then, because we didn't took our sleep time medicine. But yeah, we lost weight on that medicine. That's why I was taking it too, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. It wasn't just always because I got ADHD. I want to lose a couple of pounds, and that's what I did too. But hey, Hazel Eyes. Hey, Sabrina. Okay, Sabrina, I got you, love. Oh, she finna bless my chat. Okay. Let me see. Ashley said, okay, Sabrina said she saw so much with her daughter. Let me see. Miss Ashley said, my son can't concentrate on certain tasks. He'll be twirling his hair when on the computer, watching the basketball, or on his phone. That's it. Our attention span is horrible. Hey, Treasure Life. And see, with Adderall, it doesn't last long with the Adderall at all. Like, I don't care. Like, cause I had to get it. I did it for the first time, and I would have to take one. This how I had to take mine. They would give me 60 of them. I would take one during the daytime, one in the morning, and then one in the afternoon. That's how bad it was. So yeah. But I do see there are certain things that we can do now without being on medicine, and I'm going to go over those few steps real quick for you guys, because this is just like a need to know type of thing. So yeah, I'm give those steps out to you. Let me see. Okay, so when I seen it said how to cope with ADHD without medication. um you can focus on lifestyle changes like maintaining a healthy diet, getting enough sleep, regular exercise, stress management techniques, utilizing your organizational y'all, I can't even get it out. Um, Organizational tools, practicing mindfulness, and seeking therapy. Particularly let me see, particularly behavior therapy (CBT) to develop coping mechanisms and improve in daily functioning. So, your healthy habits would be diet, sleep, and exercise. Let me see if Sabrina came on here. Let me see. Yeah, she is here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Got you, Sabrina. Hey, protect your peace. Sabrina. Sabrina. Unmute yourself, honey. Oh, I'm so glad they start giving out Ritalin. Ugh. Because Ritalin was something else. When you talk about a zombie, them kids was a zombie on that Ritalin. I remember that. Yeah, and my aunts and them always say don't give our kids that medicine, but I'm like, y'all not dealing with that. We are.
Hey,
What's up,
Lexi.
now? Hey, Sabrina, how you doing, love?
Let me cut my TV down real quick.
Okay. Girl, you said cut your TV down. You didn't say cut yourself off. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to Amber tonight. She will be talking about the Naziah Harris case tonight. And don't forget, at 8 o'clock, y'all, we will be doing the dating show with Auntie and hosted by me and Felicia. So, y'all, please tune in at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Central Time, and 6 o'clock Pacific Time.
I am here.
Okay, love. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey,
That's great.
everyone.
That's great. And what's going on with you?
Well, like I was saying, I noticed a lot in my daughter with her ADHD. I really didn't know. I was actually clueless about all of this when it came to her ADHD. Hers actually blends with her intellectual disability. It's the reason why she has ADHD, not with
Mhm.
behavior. Hers is only with intellect. And Okay, intellect and cognitive skills.
Okay.
So, with my daughter's ADHD, um, well, let me start with her intellectual disability. Her intellectual disability stemmed from her having epilepsy seizures at the age of 2 years old.
Mm.
She suffered with those from two till she was 7 years old. They stopped in 2020. She's now 10.
Okay.
So, that was a long road for me because it changed my whole entire life. So, with that being
You went
said,
out, Sabrina.
okay, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, well, I can hear you now.
Okay. So, with that being said, stemming from her epilepsy, I kind of so in first grade, well, so she started pre-K, then she went into kindergarten, first grade, second grade. That's S's, U's, O's. They don't get actual grades. And so I noticed something earlier in her schooling, but again, she was young. I didn't want to actually try to say something that it wasn't there, but I kind of like thought it was behavior. With any child's behavior, they don't want to do their work or,
Mm-hmm.
rebellions with doing their work and stuff like that. So ADHD did not ring in my head at that time frame. So when we went to her neurologist back in January of 2024, he took her off of her medicine. She was on, oh my goodness, it's been so long, guys. I'm so sorry. But she was on this medicine for her epilepsy for a long time. And they didn't increase her milligrams, which she stayed at the same 5 mLs, even being overweight of her, the weight that they put her on when they first prescribed that medicine to her. They took her milligrams up twice, and then that was it. So my neurologist told me that let's go ahead and take her off the medicine and just say that she's not epileptic anymore because she haven't had a seizure in 4 years from the time that I actually took her in. Actually, 3 years, I'm sorry, from the time that I took her into that appointment. So the doctor started to ask me, have I noticed any changes in her schooling and so on and so on. But about that time, she was still in second grade. Well, coming out of second grade, going into third grade. So third grade, they get introduced to grades, which is A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's. So I started to notice that my daughter was bringing home D's and F's. So I'm like, what in the world, Jamacia? What are you doing in school? I was much more, that was an alarm for me because, this is your first year getting grades and this is what I'm seeing. So again, automatically, I thought it was behavior. So, on another one of our visits to her neurologist, she asked the question again, have I seen any changes in her schooling and stuff like that? So then at that point, I addressed it and I let them know that Jamacia was a little bit behind and her grades are like, it sucks to see her bring home D's and F's. Her first grade's third grade. I'm like, who gets D's and F's in third grade? So at that time, I still didn't focus on what was important. But then as I started to talk more to the neurologist, they did a psychological report on my daughter. So when that psychological report came back in, it listed things that I didn't see that they did. She was in that appointment for 4.5 hours without me. So it was just like they wanted her to themselves to be able to monitor her and to score her that way. After her results was returned to me. My daughter has a very low IQ of 76. Um, her retention span of holding things, as far as so you can say, for example, 10 plus 10 is 20. Go back and ask her 3 minutes later, she's gonna say she forgot. That's how much her mind can't hold things. And all of this stemmed from her epileptic seizures and her little teeny brain shaking in her head like that for all of the time and all the few years, the 3, 4, 5 years that she was having those seizures. It definitely put us where we're at today. And so the ADHD plays a big part in her intellectual disability because it brought on hold on, guys. It brought on her stressors, which is anxiety and depression. Depression and anxiety disorder is what she has. So now at this point, my daughter takes Zoloft and she takes um Concerta for
Uh-uh.
focusing.
Mm-mm. That's what my
So
son first started off on was Concerta.
right. And I never thought that that existed. And so, all of the things that I'm learning now is either from listening to you guys or going into my neurologist and getting more and more information. And now I'm an advocate in this because it's nothing more better than just getting to know a lot about what your kids are going through and it's a painful feeling to watch them go through that. Just dealing with my daughter and watching her phases of life and all of that good stuff. I was able to stand in the paint with it and make sure that I got her where she at today. So we started off with nothing. Now we at the point where I was able to get Jamacia. She goes to her neurologist every 6 months. Um, She actually had an appointment scheduled for today, but being that my son is sick, I had to do a reschedule for that appointment. So
Mm.
that's coming up at the end of this month.
Okay.
And I don't miss a beat with these appointments at all because it's so important that I continue to be educated and be able to continue to collaborate information to her neurologist so that I know what to do with my child. She's I'm getting ready. So I went in her IEP eligibility meeting. She is actually on a 504 plan, so that's going to switch as of tomorrow. She's going to be officially on a IEP, and her IEP is going to follow her all the way through college. Now,
That's great.
yes, my daughter has big dreams. She loves to draw. She loves art. And I've been asking her since she was 5 years old, what do you want to be? And she wants to be an architect. And I'm going to support her through this for to have a
That's
little girl to
great.
say they want to be an architect. Like,
That's
that's a winner.
that is great. And I'm gonna tell you something. With you saying that, my son, he used to love to draw. If I get him that medicine, baby, he be upstairs. He'll be watching Bugs Bunny, right? And
Hmm.
he'll pause the TV and he'll just start doing the cartoon of Bugs Bunny. He'll start doing it, and I'll be like, he'll come down here, she'll be like, "Look, ma, look what I did." And let me tell y'all, he'll be so quiet upstairs. We'll be downstairs because I was with my parents because I had open heart surgery and everything, so I had to stay back with my parents. And thank you, Lachelle, for the super sticker. He would literally, we were like, he too quiet upstairs, and we'd be like, "What you doing upstairs?" "Nothing." That's what he'll tell us. "Nothing." He'll come downstairs probably like an hour later, and he have a picture of Bugs Bunny, and it was actually a good picture. So I noticed they're very artistic when it comes to those kind of things. Like, so yes, yes, support her in that. So definitely support her
And
in that because that's a lot to be an architect. It,
yes, yes,
it
it is. She actually, so my daughter is a Roblox fan, y'all, and she loves. I mean, she's just a loving child, anyways. I don't know if it has, with children that has an intellectual disability, anything goes with them, no matter if it's bad or good, right?
mm-hmm.
So I have had the little girls to try my daughter. And of course, I'm gonna like, no, no, yeah, I know what's going on with my kid. And whatever they do to her won't hurt her. It's okay. Even when they say, I'm sorry, Jamacia, she'll say, it's okay. And I had to teach my daughter, no, everything is not okay. When someone is apologizing, let them genuinely do that. And don't never tell them that it's okay once they hurt your feelings. And it's really hard for her to cope with stuff like that. And that falls more on her depression. So the depression and the anxiety stems from her being in school or being around her peers, and she can't raise her hand and say, I know the answer, without feeling like she's going to get embarrassed.
Mm,
So that right there kind of ripped my heart out of my chest. I brought my daughter home to be in school. That's right. I pay $1,484 a year to take her through at home school. She has the actual teacher. She's still in public schools, but
mm-hmm.
that program is not free anymore. After the pandemic, you have to pay now. And so that's right. I did that in the best interest of my daughter because I wanted to keep her in her sanity. Now, I know you guys always heard that us as parents, we want to do everything for our kids to keep them close. That I'm one of those. I can't admit. So my daughter has everything that a child will ever want here in my home, from game systems to whatever is clever. She got it. Big
Oh,
doll houses, stuff like that to keep her occupied here so it can keep her mental state intact. People was worried about my daughter losing her social life.
mm-hmm.
Um, I'm worried about all of it in one. So her being out in school and being around children that's mean. And my daughter used to come home every day in third grade with dried up tears on her face from kids picking on her and she didn't have a voice to tell them to stop. To the moment I found that video on her YouTube short that she did telling the world about three little girls that pick on her every day in school. I had to go in my room and I let those tears roll. I was so angry and I was so mad and I was like, why that it take me 41 years to have this baby, for to bring her to the world and allow people to mistreat her. And but I had to put my phase of mind back into those are kids. They know no better. And when they don't have that redirection that they need, they think it's cool to pick on kids, not knowing what they deal with. And so my daughter was taught, my neurologist told me that she's surprised that my daughter hasn't cracked yet. When she said that, my whole head almost came off my shoulders. I mean, I had a lot on my plate when I first addressed this. And now I'm comfortable. I sit in it now. I advocate all the time. I study ADHD, epilepsy, autism, all of it. And I'm a proud mommy of two um, special need children. I love it here in this space. It's nothing that I would do no more than this. I don't want none other job. I don't want to work nowhere. I want to be around my kids every day. They are my life. And God has gave me the opportunity to sit down. And I took that opportunity with grace. Nothing comes before my kids. They're going to remember this. And remember, I am an older mom. I will be 53 years old in August. And I have a 10-year-old and a 3-year-old. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing in itself. So ADHD only means that we love everybody with that lives within that. I deal with it every day. I go through it with my son. My son was diagnosed with autism, um, ADH1, which is autism spectrum disorder, level 3 autism. So that comes with ADHD. The doctor also told me to look out for epilepsy as well as depression and anxiety. My son has no language, but he does. He's now progressing since he's been in school. It's a big deal for me and my kids. They're here for a reason. I had a baby at 48 years old naturally. So that tells me that he's going to be somebody in this world. He's going to turn this world upside down. And that's how I look at it. So, the support is real. I got a good support system as far as family and friends. I'm not walking in this by myself unless I'm keeping things to myself. And that's very rare when it comes to my kids. Because I share my kids with my family and my friends and they stand up for us.
Yeah, and with ADHD or any other like autism or anything, it's not that they're slow to learning. They just have a different technique in learning. So, and that's what is special about it because everybody learns in different ways. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I look at it as them just learning differently than a normal person would or per se. You get because I learn differently. My learning technique, I really don't see it with my kids as much, but with me, I'm a hands-on learner. You can be blue in the face and tell me like that's the thing with orientations with work too. Thank you, Miss Lisa, for the super sticker, as well as Lady Love. Um, I noticed with me, um, I'm a hands-on learner. I can be in orientation and I can sit through that orientation. I'll go to sleep. I do all that. I'm not even going to hold them all night. And I'll go to sleep. But once we get to, and won't know nothing that they're telling me, but once we get on doing the hands-on stuff, like you got to go XYZ, you go to this right here and you go, I have it down packed. So it's just a different way that we learn. And we have to learn to accept that, embrace that.
Yes, then that was one of the bigger things, and you're absolutely correct, Alexis. That was so big to me coming from my neurologist. She said that my daughter has a way of how she learned, and it's no different than actual regular school. It's just it's a way that she learned in her own way and still be on the same exact grammar as the other children. So,
Mm-hmm.
so she's still going to keep her teachers, and she's going to have all both of her teachers that she has in fifth grade, and she's also going to get more and more attention. She goes through. She have tutoring. Yes, I'm paying for that as well. And she also have in school tutoring as well. So, um, I'm doing I'm thinking that I'm on the right track as far as making sure that I have my ups and downs when it comes to me, because my life surrounds my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I take a lot of time from myself to put it into my children because that's all I know at this point. And that's why I'm always locked into you guys because, I'm very rarely outside. I'm always inside because of my son. He can't deal with so much out in the public as far as sounds, textures, and things like that. Once he get overwhelmed, it makes the overall overwhelm and I'm ready to come home. It's a
Okay.
lot. It's a lot daily, but the stronger we're surviving this because I was built for this. And God give his battles to his strongest soldiers. So I'm here standing in the paint for all of it. And I advocate not only for my kids, but others as well. I just love being in this place. I choose not to be. If I had to do this all over again, I would go right back through it again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah, you're so right about that. And I'm glad your babies are actually doing well. Um, because I know when you just sat there and said about they were teasing her in third grade and she was
Yes, in third grade. My baby used to come home. I promise you, like I'm talking about I had to make a decision, right? Because I once and like I'm still kind of hot headed, but I calmed down. My daughter turned my whole life around. So I was childish up till I was 41 years old. I'm not even going to front or lie to no one. Very childish. It was nothing that nobody could say to me that I would not get you right then and there. But now I let it slide, baby, because you ain't worth it. None of it. So
and
when
you
being that I'm in that place now of my life and I know how to let things just go, it gives me more time to be attentive to my children. And I told that teacher, like, let me give you a example. One day I went up to a parents' conference and my daughter, let me go back. My daughter came home one day and she was telling me about some kid, mommy washer and dryer got taken from their apartment because her mommy couldn't afford to pay for it or whatever that situation was. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, you can't come home and tell me 5 plus 5, but you can come home and tell me exactly about a conversation that you had this morning in your classroom setting. This is what y'all talking about. So I couldn't wait until I got to school to the parents conference so that I can discuss that with her teacher. So I asked her, I was like, so what's going on? Because my daughter can't come home and tell me 5 plus 5, but she can come home and tell me about a situation that's going on in another kid's home, about a washing a dryer that's been taken out of their home, and so on and so on. And so she was like, what? And she said, when was this? And I'm saying to myself, ma'am, you here. I'm home. So I know. And so after that, she was like, well, that should have been a conversation for our social worker here at school. And I'm saying to myself, ma'am, y'all need either, if you can't take care and be over 21 children, you don't need to be here because conversations are going on outside of studies. And that's not why I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to send my daughter to school. I'd be tired as don't know what. And if we could sit home and we could just do it at home, then that'll be perfect. But she goes into physical school. Why is she here talking about washers and dryers instead of studies? And so I was like, parent, because I'm a big firm believer in parents plus teachers equals success. That's just
Mhm.
what it
Mhm.
is. And I'm not going to have no failures in my life. I don't care what my children deal with. As long as they got this mommy, they going to succeed in this world, period. That's all it is. And if I'm the one that's got to turn it around for every parent to see that it's okay to be transparent. It's okay to be acceptance of your children, their medical issues. Because a lot of things that's going on in our world today, these children, they are growing up, they're being misdiagnosed in the streets because parents ain't taking the initiative to get these children into these doctors to figure out how they can raise them appropriately without having to, you know, figure out what's wrong with their kids. And now y'all want to tell either the police or whoever, oh, my child got mental illness and this and this and that. You don't know what they have. It could be autism, but you're misdiagnosing them wrong when you don't even have that experience or that medical terminology to do so.
Definitely, definitely. That's my number thing why I went to go get my boys checked out, because it's like I don't want to misdiagnose, because y'all know 9 times out of 10, if we just go by their symptoms and we go Google it, y'all know 9 times out of 10, Google will have us all confused.
Yeah,
And
they tell us not to do that.
yes, I remember I did that. I remember I was pregnant with my child, and I told him, I said, yeah, because Google told me this, and he said, look, give me your phone. I gave him gave him my phone. He said, you see this right here? I said, uh-huh. He said, don't you go back into there. If it ain't from the Mayo Clinic or Med Web, do not take it from Google, because Google will have you messed up. He said Google will have you dead and you ain't nothing wrong with you. And I was like, yeah, he telling the truth. Thank you, Mom, for the super sticker. Also, Special K, Auntie Special K wanted me to tell you, Sabrina, she is so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Special K. Mwah, 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 mwah.
So,
Lady Love, um, shout out to you. Yes, they are very smart. My son has this thing called um, pros- audio processing. What that is that he can hear a song maybe one or two times, and he will sing it all the way through in his humming. So he does things like he hums, but you can tell what he's singing. And all of his teacher, she's always sending me videos of him playing whatever he interact with is what he sings. So he loved playing with his bus. I went and bought him two for Christmas. I'm sorry. So and his favorite song for the bus is The Wheels on the Bus. So
oh,
yeah, mhm.
how old is your son, Sabrina?
He is 3.
Oh, I miss those days.
And girl, no, hey, baby, I don't miss nothing.
I'm
Uh-uh.
my youngest one. Oh, I just miss one. Now I didn't really get to experience it, my middle one, because he was a grandparent's baby. Like I said, he was
Right.
mom and them. So my youngest one and my oldest one, those are the times I missed. That oldest one, he was a little advanced. You know, he thought he was gonna be a barber and Head Start and cut the little boy's dreads off. Daddy had to go up there and whoop him. That's when I knew. I said, yeah, I think my baby got ADHD. And then I just looked at
Yeah. You
him.
could tell you it's no denying it. Period. I'm telling you, you can tell when something is different about your kids. And I don't care what nobody say, any mother that's in tune to their children, they know. Now, some of them some of them are naive in denial, but it's not going to do anything but hinder your kids. And
Yeah,
it's not fair to them that they can't have a good future life like
yeah.
you possibly could have or you have had. It's mostly people pride that keep them from addressing issues that's going on with their children. And it's sad because what I do need them to know is the doctors know what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, they know.
Definitely, 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 definitely. But yeah, and and I'm gonna tell y'all something, because when we think about autistic children too, y'all know we look at what the TV shows us as autistic. Because I remember when I seen Tony Braxton son. It was like, oh, he has autism. And I'm like, he sure don't look, because we go by looks, and we got to be honest here. I was going by the looks. I was like, he don't look like Corky. Y'all remember that show, Life Goes On, and Corky was the Down syndrome boy, and that's what I took. That's what I associated with autism. And I'm like, he don't look like he no autistic kid,
Mm-hmm.
and
That I get that all the time with my daughter.
and
I
I know.
get it all the time. She don't look like nothing wrong. It ain't okay. People with autism and people that's artistic, autism, um, any type of delay, ADHD, there is no particular look that they have to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Understand why they say stuff like that.
Yep. That shows our ignorance when we associate it like that, because like I said, I looked at Tony Braxton, and then I noticed that a lot of celebrities kids, all of them have autistic, a couple of them now have autistic kids, but the kids be just so doggone smart, like, and you say he autistic, it's just like, he just has a different way of learning. And
Right,
I had to look at it. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. So yeah, we have to embrace that and stop associating autistic kids or anything like that with what we see on TV or what we see on the internet, because it just shows that the kid, it's just a way that a kid learns differently, and it's okay, because you'll be surprised, them children can teach us, them autistic kids can teach us a lot. I'm gonna be.
right. They does. And when I walk into my son's peak, because my son, he's in the peak program. They was trying to bring my baby in school, in public school at the age of 2 years old. But I heard a lot of parents saying, oh, my kid can't get in school, such and such and such. Well, why? I never ran in that issue with neither one of my children. I got both of my kids in school early. My son, he's 3. He entered in school at the age of 3 years old. He was maybe what, a month in of being 3, and when he walked into the public school system, and he's doing great.
Oh.
Awesome. I love it. I mean, it turned a lot around. The last time we had our speech evaluation, because he's been in speech since he was 18 months old,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so um he went from a language of 0 to 6 months in
Mm-hmm.
that era of 18 months to now being in a 2-year-old um language.
And
So
that's,
he's progressing.
yes, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah, so as long as you keep them in their services, making sure they go every single week. This, I told you, this is my life. We maybe miss maybe 2 or 3 appointments uh since him entering speech therapy at the age of 18 months old. So he was still a baby, crawling around on the floor, and she just doing playtime with him, teaching him how to share, how to turn taking. And so, like right now, my son, he stems a lot. So he's now back to sucking on his shirts and stuff like that. So I went and ordered him some stemming necklaces
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. They come 5 to a pack. So now instead of him chewing on his shirt, those sensories that he's missing,
Mm-hmm.
he can actually now continue to clench onto his rubber, because it's like rubber, like cookies, fake donuts, and stuff like cars and stuff like that that's hanging from those necklaces, and he can chew on those instead of his clothes. So it's just missing sensory that he's missing, that he's getting when he actually chews on things and stuff like that. So it's a lot that comes with autism. Oh, that's why they put it on a spectrum, because it's so much that comes from that. Even with Asperger disease, I thank God that he did, that was not part of his diagnosis, but Asperger disease is in the spectrum. So yeah. So hopefully we'll get more and more people up here that can just be a little bit more transparent, because I want to learn. I want
Yeah.
to learn what you guys neurologist says and things like even with adults, children, um, adults come from kids being autistic. So they still have that speech delay. They still have that developmental delay. Autism don't ever go anywhere. That's with them for the rest of their whole entire life.
Look,
So, and I reached out to disability. I did. And both of my children got approved at the same time. Look at God.
you know what? And I just thought, I just knew my third one, my little boy, my youngest one, I just knew he was going to be autistic. You can ask Amber. But we laugh at it every day. When we would go back to time, we thought he was going to be, let me tell you something. That little kid of mine, he's something serious because he was not talking like our friend's son. They are the same age. He got him by a couple of months, right? Um, and he was doing like normal things that a baby would do and talk and stuff. And my baby wasn't doing none of that. And then one day
Right.
we were going to my grandfather, like I'd be like, y'all leave my baby alone, let him be. And I said, I hear him because I went to his little Head Start class. And I heard him talking full blown sentences, but he wouldn't do it for my sister. No, so they, we used to tease him. They used to tease him and everything. I say, nah, he's not special. It's not. And you gonna put him in a special class? I'm telling you, he's not. He's supposed to be talking, Lexus. Why don't he talk to us? So I said, okay. So one day we were going. Our grandfather had passed away, so we were going on our way home to the funeral and everything. Y'all, we played. It was I never forget it, y'all. It was Cardi B song Bodak Yellow, y'all. Y'all know how many cuss words in that song, right? He started. We were just listening to it. The beat first came on, baby. He bust out her first verse word for word. We looked back. Amber around here didn't even tell me at the point that it was him back there doing it. She got the recording him and doing it. She said, Lexus. I said, what? She was like, girl, you heard Jordan. I said, Jordan sleep. She said, girl, no, he ain't sleep. Look at this. And she showed me the video of him singing the song word for word. She said, now all the words in the world to let us know he can talk. He chose the cuss word. Because we
Yeah.
did not
So
think he could talk. We did not. We didn't. Well,
So
not
that's
we.
good, Lexis, because that's my biggest fear, and it was once upon a time when I first came into this, y'all, I was depressed. I really was because I didn't know my right from my left. And when I say that, I literally mean it because I didn't know what was wrong with my son. I had no ideas of autism and stuff like that. So I was clueless. And I walked into plenty of appointments with my head down and tears in my eyes because it was hard for me to talk about. And
Mhm.
so when I started to get the information that I needed, it made me feel so much better now that I'm educated much more. I'm able to deal um with JJ. My son name is Jamadie, but we call him JJ.
Okay.
And my daughter name is Jamacia. People calls her Jamaica because the A and the I is turned around in her name. So they don't take the time to read it. And every time someone call my house, I speak to Jamaica's mom and I correct them real quickly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but yeah, I definitely understand where you coming from, and just loving the fact that now that I can actually reach out to even to some of the people that's in the chat that I know that is actually dealing with my situation. I can say I'm a friend here for you. Anything that you guys need to know or anything like that. If I got the answer, I definitely will get it for you. If I don't know it, I definitely will research it and make sure you have it because it's so important to us to pull together to help each other as far as with our kids. Nothing else matters when it comes to them.
Definitely. Definitely. We got to pour into our children because right now they are our future. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, whew, Yeah, we got a lot ahead of us. So yeah, we definitely need to go ahead and pour into our children. And just to let you know from that story about my child, just be patient. Just be patient. It's gonna all work out for you. And you're gonna see the littlest things you're gonna notice with your children, especially your baby that's not, with him being on the 2 year level now. You're gonna
Right.
gradually. So, just be patient and understand you're doing everything you can to make it better for you and for most importantly, for your child.
Thank you, Lexus. I received that. I definitely do. Ain't nothing like knowing that someone is in your corner, especially because kids are very hard to deal with. When especially my son, he can't even tell me if his stomach is hurting. This
Mhm.
the communication part, and so I noticed that like throughout a lot of my meetings with the doctors and stuff, they keep me up the par because they tell me just hold on, Sabrina. I done seen them talk at 5. I done seen them talk at 6. I done seen some come in here talking and then they stop immediately.
Yep.
So there's a lot of children that's talking at 2,
Mhm.
3, 4, and 5, and then at 5 they stop.
Yeah.
And that shocked me. I was like, one of my friends, that was her issue with her son. She just found out her son was autistic at the age of 6. He stopped talking at 5. They scheduled her appointment. She didn't want it, of course, going against the grain. Oh, nothing is wrong with him. So on and so her biggest concerns was why did he stop talking, but she didn't want to initiate the fact that he could be autistic. And so unfortunately that was her circumstance. And now she's able to embrace it more and we help each other.
And
So
then, and y'all do, and because you do need a support team when it comes to that, because it does become overwhelming for parents, especially if you, I don't know if you are, but I know I am, but especially for single parent mothers, it does get overwhelming because you not only have to attend to the special child's needs, you also have to attend to your other kids needs too, and it does become a little wear and tear on you, but you just got to remember that everything is going to fall in place the way it's supposed to, and when when it's time for it to happen, it's going to happen. So you got
even with the support coming from your other half, because my kid's father is in our life,
okay,
and even with his support, it's still a struggle for both of us. So it doesn't matter if it's one or two parents, it's the same struggle. So I definitely understand. I definitely do. Imagine two people in that relationship with those children struggling mentally to deal with this versus one. So both of all three of us is in the same pattern, me, you, and him. So it really doesn't matter whether you have someone or not.
mm,
It's still the same stress factors, babes. It's
okay,
still,
okay.
yes, those stress factors are still there, even if you're couple or not.
Okay. So just know that it's not easy either way it goes. It's a struggle either way it goes. Because we sit down. I used to blame myself and be like, it's because I'm doing this by myself. And I know that's a lot of my stress comes on because I feel like I'm in this world taking care of three boys by myself. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that fathers are not there. You know what I'm saying? Well, one of my youngest one, his father was murdered. My other one, my middle boy, and his dad. Eh, and my oldest boy, his family has always been in his life. That always. But it's still at the end of the day, them kids, when it comes down to it, we're dealing with, if they get sick, who got to take them to the doctors? Who got to work? It's
You're the first one up in the morning and the last one to go down at night. Remember
yeah,
that, okay? That
yeah,
it is what it is. We as mothers, we're going to continue to move, whether we hurting, whether your legs can't move, you're going to find some way. Because if it's a will, it's a way in all of that. So
yeah,
regardless of your struggle, being single parent or not, it doesn't matter because even with couples, they still struggle the same, whether your kids is medically has a medical condition or not, the struggle is still there. No, don't let nobody tell you different.
no,
No, I spent 52 years around the sun. I don't know everything, but Trust and believe me, knowledge is power, baby. And when you get out there and you get it and you surround yourself around people that shows nothing but love. Sometimes you just got to let stuff fall to the wayside. And if it comes to people doing the same thing, let them go, because at the end of the day, what's important? You being that strong mother, being able to stand there and take care of your children and do it without the aftermath, the beat down from, oh, she got to do it by herself. That's right. Yeah, you gonna come in here and do it? Because if you can come in here and do it, you can show me how to do it by myself. You
Yeah.
know, so don't ever take away, don't subtract absolutely nothing from you.
Thank you. I just want to and I just want to say to all my supporters that's in the chats engaging in the conversation, even the ones I have had in the past about ADHD and everything. I just want to tell y'all thank you from the bottom of my heart, because y'all have given me so much encouragement in these last few weeks. With everything that I've been dealing with, and now y'all allowed me to open up to y'all and let y'all know what I was going through, and y'all
Right.
here for me, and y'all support what movement I'm trying to make. So I want to just thank y'all as supporters, and also as women and men, for understanding and showing y'all compassion for me. And you won't believe, like, y'all don't understand, like, it gives me so much motivation to just get up now, and like, it's almost like when it comes to my kids, it's like they're my motivation. Y'all are my motivation to get up and bring y'all what, different topics for y'all to hear, because we don't know what nobody is going through, what they've been through, and how they can help us overcome anything. So I just want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart, for real, to even take out the time to even listen and join in these conversations, because y'all don't know who we are actually helping on a long way, because this is YouTube, so anybody can hear this. It's not, it doesn't take away from anybody. So I just want to thank y'all so much for that, and sharing y'all stories, because y'all stories are also testimonies for me as well. So I thank y'all so much.
I appreciate that, Lexus. And also,
No,
shout out to Sharice Killing. That is a fact. I get, and that's the reason why, Lexus. So she said, yes, my daughter cries sometimes, but definitely has support. And she also says people stare at you when you see the child stimming in public. That's the reason why I said, Lexus, that I stay home a lot
mm,
because of that. It's sometimes it's just so overwhelming for you. And me being that I have both of my kids with me all the time wherever I go. My daughter, she's blanks out when my son is stimming. So it's like she's overwhelmed. Mommy, what should I do? People looking, people staring, and it's that it's obvious. And I don't ever give them back bad looks. I just be like, come on, Jamaica, let's go. I don't care where I'm at. I would dismiss myself from wherever I'm at to go and take my kids out of that where we're at that moment. My son, he when he's stimming, he falls out, he bangs his head, he does what, and then so the part of giving him back that sensory is when you gripping them so tight and hugging them and pulling them to you so tight, because they missing that. Whatever their sensories are, they're missing, they're going to act out on it. So when you that the heavy weight on them gives them more sensories to calm down. And I had a social worker to come in my house once every 2 weeks through the early intervention program. My son was in that team. He aged out at 3. So she taught me that. So when I tell you I grabbed onto everything of the support, my son is now getting ABA services, along with still seeing his neurologist every 6 months and going to his autism doctor. So it's about the attention that you give them. And as far as them people out there watching, overlook them, because trust me, it's someone doing that and they don't even know their diagnosis. So I guess to me in my head, don't compare what's going on in your home to my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about me, I'm not a mean mommy. I'm not going to do absolutely nothing to hurt my kids. But of course, things has happened out there in them streets, and people are really thinking that you're hurting your kids. My doctor told me, don't worry about stuff like that because they're full aware of his medical issues. And if there ever come a time where someone decide they want to pick up the phone and dial 911 because they think I'm hurting my kid, everything is documented. So I just say when y'all move like that, move with grace. Don't do that with malice because there are things out there called lawsuits. And when y'all sit up there and do stuff and proclaim someone to be hurting their kids when they really not and hurting me and my ever doors in my future, oh, you gonna the repercussions whether I know you or not. Don't play with me when it comes to my kids. I'm not the one.
Or the two, it looked like.
And surely it's not. I don't play about my kids at
uh,
all.
and completely, because they are they're that's what God gave. That's who God gave us to love on.
Yes, Sharice, I went and got a weight blanket for him. So, so say like at night he stims the most. I just lay it on him and he go to sleep, or I just hold him tight and he'll go to sleep. And things like that. So yeah, I do have a weight blanket.
Okay. Well, I want to just thank you so much, Sabrina, for even coming up this long to even tell your story. Because you be so shy, but she's so
Knock
shy.
it off. You know, yes, I am. I still am because ain't no camera coming on today, baby.
But I think
Would
it's
love to stick my son in this camera, but um, I don't know. Let me see. Hold on one second. Give me a second. Let me grab him real quick. And let me see if he's just gonna be good first.
mm. Y'all, I gotta go get my toes done. I can't even lie. See, to go that ADHD kicking in. Gotta get my toes done. I think she's going to get her son, so just give her a moment.
All right, y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna give y'all a quick look and see if he.
Hey, handsome. Hey, handsome.
Say hi.
Aww.
JJ.
Hey,
That's
JJ.
my daughter.
Hey, love. How are you? That's
Good.
your twin right there. That's your twin.
People always say that about my kids.
Oh, yeah, she is your twin.
Look, JJ, say hi. So he's three. Y'all heard his language.
Yeah. But guess what? It's come through like it's supposed. It's going to come through like it's supposed to.
Yeah, I'm praying and I'm hoping. Um, Let me see if he do this. Three, two, one, go.
He, I'm, ah!
You're
It's like
not
he
gonna
wanted to
sing it.
say it, but like, nah, he didn't want to.
It's like he know he on candy camera. He
Yeah.
running. So he running away.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well,
That
yes, y'all, that's my baby. Those are both of my kids, JJ and Jamacia.
is okay.
Yes, he have a lot of hair, a whole lot. His hair come down to the middle of his back.
Oh, baby. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna need some of that hair. I'm gonna need some of that hair for the edge, for the edges. They say I don't have. I'm gonna need
Girl, y'all got edges. People terrible, man. When they mad at you, you ain't got an edge. When they mad at you, you fishy. When they mad, I mean, it's just the most, girl.
right. You right. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like, y'all, I can't make this stuff up. Y'all just okay. Y'all got it. Y'all, and and you know what? I'm glad I am doing this content too because I see that I had someone copying off of my content as of lately. Did one?
Oh no!
Yes, yes. And I was like, wait,
Wow!
are they still in my content? But the only thing different from theirs and mine is authentic. Um, and I'm not doing it for sympathy. I'm actually doing it so y'all can know who so y'all can feel comfortable coming in here and giving y'all testimonies, giving y'all telling y'all stories, and so we can be a group of helping one another, being the backbone for each other. You know, I am my sister's keeper, and that speaks volumes to me. So
Right.
I thank, like when I say I thank y'all, I really, really, really thank y'all, every last one of y'all, even though I might not have as many as people I would have in if I was popping off. I still thank the ones who come in. Y'all, that means the most to me
Oh,
because
I knew I was going to show up at this one because I wanted to come up and talk about ADHD as well. So when I saw that live pending, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm getting in that live today, definitely." And Sharif, yes,
I,
he
I
doesn't. So I have to feed him actually sometimes the same thing over and over and over again because my son now is smelling his food. I don't care the drinks, the suckers, the candy. I don't care what it is. Now he smells it. And then if it's something that I don't know if he can sense the smell that's it or what, but he'll take my hand and push it away. Is that he's like, oh no, mm-mm. And you can see the look on his face when he do it. So with certain textures, he don't eat certain food.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I just wanted to answer Sharice's question, and yes,
Oh,
he do like chicken nuggets. He love them. At first, he will chew out the juice in the chicken and keep it in his mouth, and now he chews it all the way up.
thank you, in excess. I love y'all all as well. Now I am finna get ready to get off y'all because I do have to go ahead and get my hair twisted out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done because I want it to set well for me. So my curls gonna be curling for them tomorrow. Can be popping for that interview tomorrow. So you guys, I thank y'all so much. Amber will be live at 5:30 discussing Naziah Harris, the latest details they have on her case, as well as I will be co-hosting with Auntie and Felicia
Hey.
show tonight. So y'all, thank y'all so much. Okay.
And thanks everybody. Thank you for the hearts, the love. I appreciate you guys being there, being here to listen to what um I had to say regarding my children and how our life is. I am going to start a channel based off of me raising my children and my, can I say, elder life?
No,
Almost
because you're in
there.
prime. No, you're in your prime.
In my prime time life and just letting you guys see my overall days with my kids. You know, I spend a lot of time with them. So I thank you, Lexis. Thank you so much for giving me the time to share that. That meant so much to me. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Uh,
Okay.
Loveless Tay, I did see some of the things that you did say you want to talk about. So I am going to get on that for you too. Because you had a lot of interesting things that you did say on there. So yes, I definitely am going to tap into those. conversations probably starting Monday. I'm going to probably start tapping into those conversations because I think I'm gonna do one more live with I'm gonna do a live with Joe. I believe if it's not Monday, I might do it tomorrow, but I'm thinking Monday do a live with Joe because I did want to do one more with him. Um, so I'm gonna reach out to him. Therese, you already see me in here. So yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. But yes, I am definitely gonna tap into what you asked to talk about. Um, thank you so much for your suggestions as well. Cause she had gave me like 10 suggestions, y'all. Like no lie. She had it down packed. So definitely I would definitely get on that for you as well. Cause y'all are who we are here for. So thank y'all so much. Y'all, thank y'all. Y'all didn't have to be here with me, but you did. So I thank y'all that, and I would like to thank everyone who sent a super sticker or super chat. We got Queen Dree, Lachelle's, Lady Love, Lisa, Penny J, that one, and of course my mom, Lysandra. Thank y'all so much for sending the super stickers out to me today and pouring into my channel. So again, I will see you guys. If I don't see y'all tomorrow, because y'all know I have an interview, I will. You know what? I will be back on briefly to let y'all know how my interview went.
Good
Um,
luck, Lexis. Good. I want you to please, Lord, give her this job. Please, Lord.
Thank you. The best thing about it is it's something that I've done before. I have worked at a bank before. So as of recently, so I'm like, yeah, I think I got this in the bag, but I'm just learning on the company, like the different things they do. So, I can have it prepared for the interview. But y'all, I would like to again, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I will see y'all later on. Don't forget Amber and Auntie tonight, and I will see y'all in the chats. Love each and every one of y'all.
Love
Bye.
you too, Ashley. Bye. I mean, Alexis, Lord.
It's okay because my set. It's about that
I
right.
was talking about the young lady in the chat. I'm so
Because
sorry.
we
Listen,
we got a
you
sister.
already know
Named
where I called that one, but I'm gonna go ahead and get down. Y'all have a good day.
but we got a sister named Ashley, so it's all good.
Yes, and y'all look like triplets.
Yes, we do. Got to give
Bye,
it.
bye, Alexis. Love you, babes.
Thank you and thank you, Mother Love. I will see y'all later on. Bye bye.
Bye.